Have you ever said something to someone you care about, and instead of a response, you got nothing, no words, no explanation, no argument, just silence, complete, cold, crushing silence, and somehow that silence hurt more than any word ever could? If you have ever experienced this, you already know what the silent treatment feels like. But today I want to tell you something that most people never understand about it. Because the silent treatment is not just rudeness. It is not just immaturity. Psychology tells us it is something far deeper. And once you understand what is really happening, everything changes. Let me tell you about Sara. Sara was 27 years old, smart, warm, deeply caring. She had been with her partner Zain for 3 years. And for 3 years, every time they had a disagreement, the same thing happened. She would try to talk. He would go silent, not for an hour, not for a day, sometimes for 3 or 4 days at a time. No texts, no calls, no acknowledgement that she even existed. And during those days, Sara would feel something she could not explain. A deep panic rising inside her chest, an overwhelming need to fix things, to apologize, to do anything just to make the silence stop. Even when she knew, deep down, that she had done nothing wrong. She would apologize anyway, just to end the silence. And every single time she did, Zain would come back, warm again, normal again, as if nothing had happened. But something had happened. Something was happening every single time, and Sara had no idea what it was. Here is what psychology tells us about the silent treatment. The silent treatment is the act of completely withdrawing communication from someone as a response to conflict or displeasure. On the surface, it looks passive, but underneath, it is one of the most powerful forms of emotional control that exists. Researchers at Purdue University studied the effects of the silent treatment and found something remarkable. Being ignored activates the exact same part of the brain as physical pain. Let that sink in. When someone gives you the silent treatment, your brain processes it the same way it processes being physically hurt. This is why it feels so unbearable. This is why people will do almost anything to make it stop. Because your brain is literally telling you, this is painful. Fix it. Now. But here is where it gets even more interesting. There are actually 2 very different types of silent treatment. Type 1. The destructive silent treatment. This is what Zain was doing to Sara. It is deliberate, it is prolonged, and it is used as a weapon. The person goes silent not because they need space to process their emotions, but because they want to punish. They want control. They want to watch you panic and scramble and apologize, even when you have done nothing wrong. Psychologists call this emotional withholding. And studies show that people who use this type of silent treatment often have one thing in common. They learned early in life that silence was power. Maybe they grew up in a home where emotions were never talked about. Maybe they watched a parent use silence as a weapon. Maybe they discovered as a child that going quiet made people chase them, comfort them, give them what they wanted. And so the pattern was born. Not always consciously, not always with evil intention, but the pattern was born, and it followed them into every relationship they ever had. Type 2, the healthy pause. This is completely different. This is when someone goes quiet because they genuinely need time to process their emotions before they say something they will regret. They are not punishing you. They are protecting the conversation. They will come back. They will explain. They will talk. The key difference between these 2 types is this. Destructive silence leaves you confused, anxious, and blamed. A healthy pause leaves you with a clear explanation and a return to conversation. One is control, the other is self-regulation, and knowing which one you are dealing with is everything. Back to Sara, one evening after another long silence. Sara sat alone in her apartment and asked herself a question she had never asked before. Why do I always apologize? Not what did I do wrong, But why do I always apologize even when I know I did nothing wrong? And the answer that came back was uncomfortable, because the silence terrifies me. She thought about her childhood, her father, a quiet man, a man who never shouted, but when he was disappointed, he would simply stop talking to her. And young Sara would do anything just to bring him back, just to end the silence. She had spent her entire childhood learning one lesson without realizing it. Silence means you are not loved. Silence means you did something wrong. Silence means you need to fix yourself to deserve connection again. And now, as an adult, every time Zain went silent, her nervous system reacted not to Zain, but to her father, to that old childhood wound that never fully... So what do you do if you are on the receiving end of the silent treatment? Number 1, name what is happening. Calmly say, I notice you have gone quiet. I want to understand what you are feeling when you are ready to talk. Number 2, set a boundary around time. Say, I want to resolve this, but I cannot wait indefinitely. If we have not talked by tomorrow, I am going to focus on myself until then. Number 3, do not apologize for things you did not do. Every time you apologize for something you did not do, you teach them that silence works, and they will use it again. Number 4, reflect on your own pattern. Ask yourself, why does this silence affect me so deeply? Is this about this person, or is this about something older? And what if you are the one who goes silent? Going silent feels safe. It feels like control in a moment when everything feels out of control. But here is what it actually does. It destroys trust. Slowly, quietly, completely. Every time you go silent, the other person learns that you are not safe to be vulnerable with. That conflict with you means punishment. That loving you means walking on eggshells. And eventually, the people who love you most will stop trying. The pattern can be broken. It starts with one simple practice: staying. Staying in the discomfort of a difficult conversation instead of leaving it. Saying, I need a few minutes to collect my thoughts, but I am not going anywhere. We will talk about this. That one sentence changes everything. Sara eventually had a long, honest conversation with Zain. She told him what she'd realized about herself, and she asked him to tell her about himself. And for the first time, Zain talked, really talked, about his own father, his own childhood, his own silence. They did not fix everything that night, but they started. And sometimes starting is everything. The silent treatment does not have to define your relationships, whether you are the one going silent or the one being silenced. Understand where it comes from. Choose conversation over control. Choose vulnerability over withdrawal. Choose presence over punishment. Because the people worth keeping in your life are the ones you can be honest with, even when it is hard, especially when it is hard. If this video made you feel seen, share it with someone who needs it today. And remember, silence is not always golden. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is simply speak.